And here we go. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. And I am so grateful. I wanted to spend a few minutes today and really talk about abundance. And let's talk about the fear that prevents us from stepping into empowerment. And there's a reason this group is called Confident Empowered Leaders, because empowerment, my friends, doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from inside of you. And, one of my favorite Tony Robbins quotes is, it's those moments of decision that shape our life. It's moments of decisions that shape our life. And I wanted to talk about commitment to ourselves, empowerment, and trust in a big way today. And I'm going to share a story about a few stories. I love stories. And I wanted to share a story about one of my clients, incredible man. And, he's just all pure love, pure heart, pure charisma. And, he recently did a really brave thing. He stepped out from his lucrative 9-to-5 job. And I've been able to witness so many entrepreneurs now over the last 3 years, 100 plus entrepreneurs that I've served, so many of them stepping into the path of full-time entrepreneurship and really made what was previously a side hustle his main thing. And, my mentor, what he says is the side hustle is for people that aren't committed. And, what I always tell my clients is when you make big decisions like that, make decisions from a place of peace. Can you make that decision to step into that today when you don't like your job, but also tomorrow when it's not so bad? And when it's a yes and a yes for certain days, regardless of what the job is, now you know that it's the right time. And, for this client, the last year and change that he's been with me was really about empowerment, because wherever you are, there you are. Wherever you are, there you are. And, that empowerment that eventually led him to quit his job and step full-time into his entrepreneur journey, it didn't happen overnight, my friends. It happened from a series of getting that commitment, having that consistency, having that accountability, getting that support to start showing up stronger and stronger every single day until it came to that day where it became a hell yes for him. And that empowerment for him started at home. It started at home. And I think for most of us, that empowerment has to start at home. And usually at home is the worst place or the hardest place to create that empowerment. I'd love to see your comments if any of this resonates with you. And what happens at home, whether it's our family of origin or whether it's in our created families, is we get used to being a certain way with people. We get used to playing certain roles with certain people. And let's say, and I'm just going to hypothetically put out, let's say your mother was the primary caregiver growing up, and she was very controlling, very dominant, and very stern, very strict. And let's say in that household, there really wasn't room or space for pushing back, for asking questions. And essentially it became a relationship where you had to do what you were told to do or else face the ramifications. And that could have been your father. It doesn't really matter, mother or father, okay? In that household, you probably became used to playing a very submissive role, a very compliant role, you do what you're supposed to do and you be quiet. And that's the role that you have to play. And now in relationship dynamics, as we get older, oftentimes we take on that same role, the same quality as usually the same gender parent. And I've seen it happen over and over again for myself, as well as for my clients. We end up taking on that same quality of our parents that are the same gender. So if I'm a woman, I am a woman, and I'm, I'm entering a relationship, more than likely I will take on those same behaviors, those same qualities as my mom. Every once in a while, I see clients that take on those same qualities as the opposite, but usually it's the same gender parent. And that's the role of relationship we play. And before we know it, we're literally playing out the same, what I call unconscious programming, unconscious conditioning over and over again, which is why depression is often generational. That's why anxiety is often generational. That's why poverty and scarcity is often generational. And for this one client that I have, you know, he grew up in a family where he was raised by a single mom, extremely powerful, empowered woman, single mom that had to take care of all these kids. And he learned to be quiet. He learned to keep his mouth shut. He learned to not push back. And now when he entered this relationship dynamic that he did a year and change ago, he had to find his voice in that relationship so he could step into his power. He had to find that voice in his relationship so that he could step into his power. And everything is you, my friends. So it's almost impossible to be super, you know, sometimes we find ourselves being really, really empowered at work and not so empowered at home. But as we start practicing empowerment, practicing self-advocacy, practicing courage every single day at home, it translates into more empowerment, more freedom from the inside out, leading to greater prosperity and abundance. And what I'm noticing more and more is the world is waiting for authenticity. The world is waiting for us to show up and be ourselves. And I've noticed more and more the universe rewards authenticity, rewards sincerity, rewards people that are stepping into their alignment of who they are at the level of their heart, at the level of their soul. And what's been beautiful for me to watch and witness and to coach this client has been as he stepped into his power at home. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened one day at a time over the last 1 year. It allowed him to find that voice that he always wanted to have in his life. It allowed him to speak up for himself. It allowed him to step into his own power. It allowed him to step into his confidence. It allowed him to step into abundance. And last year for him, the word of the year was abundance, and the abundance was everywhere. And him and his beautiful now wife, they got married last year. And that journey has been about connection, intimacy, friendship, vulnerability, openness, to the point where at one point, you know, he's grappling, do I want to quit my job and go all into this business that I want to create? And his wife told him, you know what, I love you, I support you, I've got you. And he made a decision to go all into him. But you see, the first thing that was needed to go all in to him was himself. You have to be willing to believe in you. You have to be willing to trust in you. You have to be willing to go all in on you. And I was reflecting that this weekend was a weekend of great reflection for me, as I'm literally in the process of transitioning in my business. I'm transitioning my niche. I'm transitioning my marketing. I'm transitioning the way I do sales. I'm transitioning how I want to support people. And I'm really excited. This is going to be an incredible year of transformation for me and for everyone that I'm able to serve moving forward. And it has already entailed me stepping out of my comfort zone in every level. Already. A month into making decisions around my niche, around my marketing, around my sales, around my platform, everything has already grown me out of my comfort zone in so many ways. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I was thinking about commitment to self, because everything is about your commitment to you. Everything is about your commitment to you. If you're not committed to you, how do you expect the person that you love to be committed to you? How do you expect your kids to be committed to you and your discipline? How do you expect your business to thrive and grow if you're not committed to you? And everything, my friends, is energy. Everything is about energy. Everything is about expansion. So if I'm in a place of fear, lack, and scarcity, which is the ego's job, is to exhibit fear, lack, and scarcity. If I go in a state of fear, lack, and scarcity, what happens to my energy, you think? Does it expand or does it contract? Think about it. if I'm in a place of fear, lack, and scarcity, and I'm feeling like pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, and then let's say I go into fear, lack, and scarcity, my energy is going to contract. And I'm going to go into, oh my God, I don't have enough. Oh my God. What if, and we start what ifing ourselves and what ifing our lives. And then we have it mean something about us. This means that I am a failure. This means that I am less than. And when we get into that fear, lack, and scarcity, and we go into, this means that I am less than, what happens to our energy? It contracts even more. And then that self-doubt creeps up even more. That belief in self creeps up even more. And whereas your energy was okay and even expansive, abundant, serving, deserving, coming in, flowing in, energetically we go, I don't belong, I don't deserve, I'm less than, I'm not enough. And we literally shut off our energy circuits, and we shut off the abundance that's flowing to us. And there is no difference in the amount of money, let's say, you're receiving. But what happens is your fear, your distrust, your doubt prevents you from showing up. Prevents you from showing up. And I coach my clients on mindset all the time. It's not about mindset motivational talk. That's not what this is about. This is about how do I foster that unstoppable belief in me, no matter what is happening around me, because I realize that I am abundant. And even though there's no empirical evidence showing that I am abundant, how do I continue to believe in me so I can show up 100%? Because what happens is our energy contracts. We stop believing in ourselves. We shut off the action. We shut off the showing up. We start hiding. We start avoiding. We start distracting. And we stop receiving the abundance that's meant for us because we're cutting it off energetically. We're like, nope, can't do this, can't handle this, not deserving. And key is to get that support, my friends. The key is to getting that support. And, for me in my own business, in my own transitions, I realized that this next level of serving even more clients and showing up even more in this way that I am, with even more vulnerability, with even more openness, with even more connection, with just sharing me with you all, a few weeks ago brought up a lot of my fear. Because we're really afraid of is shining. We're really afraid of showing up all the way. But I realized that this is exactly what I need to do. That as I show up for me every single day, and as I show up for you every single day, you get to reinstate that commitment to yourself. You get to connect with yourself. You get to start believing in yourself. And the key is to getting that support so you are able to be consistent in how you show up. And for this client who went all in the business, even a couple of weeks ago, a lot of fear came up. Oh my God, Karishma, I'm not able to provide. I'm not able to be the primary breadwinner right now. Yes, and you made the decision knowing that. You made the decision trusting your wife to support you. You made the decision trusting you. Now it's time for that accountability to start showing up as you, so you can show up in the best way possible for not just you, but everyone else in your life that you want to serve. You see, it's all about you. And it goes back to two key words. Trust. Trust in whom? Trust in myself. Trust in my God. And trusting in others to show up so you can serve them. And the second piece is about surrender. Letting go of the old fears, letting go of the old doubts, letting go of the old conditioning, letting go of everything that has held you back. So I know I deserve to receive everything that's meant for me right now. I deserve to show up for me right now, no matter what is going on in my life, because I am enough and I am worthy despite what's going on outside of me. And as we start cultivating that deep, deep belief within ourselves, what do you think happens to our energy? Everything expands. Now you start attracting Your world is who you are. I shared last week on Friday's Live, Wayne Dyer, I am that I am. If I believe I am abundance, won't I show up and give and give and show up and give and give and give, because I know deep down that I'm worthy of receiving. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited. It's going to be an epic year. And those of you that are committed to getting that support, it's going to be an epic year. But it all starts with your commitment to you, your courage to show up for you first. And I was just thinking about my journey back in 2020 when COVID had first happened, and I was on Facebook Live sharing myself, sharing tips to help you, sharing things to get out of your way. And one thing after the other thing after the other thing led to a series of synchronicities that eventually led me to having more clients than I could ever receive in the year of the pandemic. But even before that, before the clients started coming in, I made a big decision to invest in myself, to invest in getting support, to invest in getting coaching so that I could show up and know what the hell I was doing with business, to show up and have the right mindset and the right support that I needed so I could show up and take action and be consistent, to show up and get support so I could have accountability with what I needed with business so that I could show up and have other people in my world that were exactly where I was. And to know that our coach was holding our hands and having our back. And I get to do that for you today. And I've been able to do that for so many clients today. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So I'm going to drop here my game plan link in just a few minutes. If you feel called to getting support, reach out to me. I'm happy to gift you 15 minutes of my time, quick call, not a sales call, just to see where you are with your business, where you want to go, and to see if I can help. In the meantime, stay connected with me. I'll be here tomorrow in this group, same time, same place, 12 p.m. Central Time. Have a beautiful Monday. Bye.